Now we're going to read a story about Daniel and the lions. The lion says, "Roar!" See the lion? Darius the Mede was king over all the land. Look at Darius. He's looking all over the land and the kingdom that he has. He chose 120 princes to rule under him, and he chose 3 presidents to rule over the princes. See all the princes? And see the presidents? Daniel was one of the presidents. He liked Daniel the best because he was honest and did what was right. All the other princes were jealous of Daniel. They didn't like him. They were jealous of him. They decided to catch him in a mistake, but they couldn't find anything wrong with him. He was always a hard worker and did his best. There is only one way we can get Daniel, and I have a plan to get Daniel. Daniel's enemies went to King Darius and they said to him, "We think you should make a law for 30 days that no one should pray to any god but you, King Darius. And if anyone breaks the law, they should be cast into the lion's den." Sign here, King. It is a law of the Medes and Persians. No one can change it. It can never be changed. Daniel had a room on the top of his house, and he liked to go and pray to God there. See him praying there in the window? He's praying to God. Daniel knew about the law, but God was more important in Daniel's life. And Daniel prayed to his God 3 times a day, morning, at noon, and in the evening. Can you see the men spying on Daniel? Daniel's kneeling down and praying, and they can see him through the window. And see the man on the ladder, and the man hiding down there behind the plant. And they're spying on Daniel so they can catch him breaking the law. "Aha!" cried Daniel's enemies. And then they ran as fast as they could to the king, and they accused Daniel before the king. And they said, "You made a law, and Daniel broke it." And Daniel prayed to his God. Daniel needs to be thrown to the lions. The king was very sad and upset because he liked Daniel. And he tried all day to think of a way to free Daniel so he wouldn't be thrown to the lions. And he looked to see him looking in his books, trying to figure out a way to free Daniel from the law he had made. At the end of the day, Daniel's enemies came to see the king, and they said to the king, "You know the law of the Medes and Persians can never be changed." King Darius then called Daniel and said to him, "May your God, whom you serve so well, keep you and protect you from the lions." The lions were roaring, "Roar!" because they were hungry, and the soldiers took Daniel and threw him down into the lion's den. They put a big stone over the hole in the cave, in the den, and then they took hot wax and they melted it and they put it all along the crack. Then they took a ring and they put the ring, signet ring, and a seal on the wax so that nobody could open up the lion's den and roll away the stone. King Darius was so upset and worried. He didn't eat anything that night, and he didn't listen to any music, and he stayed up all night because he was worried about his friend Daniel. Finally, the sun came up. King Darius ran to the lion's den. He wondered, is Daniel still alive? He looked down in the hole in the lion's den and he said, Daniel, did your God save you? Daniel looked up and he said, King Darius, God has protected me. He sent his angel and I'm not even scratched. My God protected me all night long. The king was very happy. King Darius was so excited. And the lions were happy too, because King Darius took Daniel's enemies and threw them in the lion's den. And the lions ate them. Then King Darius made a new law that said that everyone must worship Daniel's God, because Daniel's God saved Daniel and protected him from being hurt. Daniel was a man of prayer. Daily prayed he 3 times, till one day they had him cast in a den of lions. Even then, in the den, fear did not alarm him. God just shut the lion's mouth so they could not harm him.